here.
Yeah.
I'm also a volunteer at Horn Park Quarry, which is, it's not quite a sister site because it's owned by Natural England, but we do a deal with them.
Okay.
That we are the custodians of their key, basically. So even though it's owned and managed by them, we're the way that the public can actually go in and see this quarry, which is about a mile up the road. And there's somebody there now, that's why I've just sort of dashed from at the moment. But it was an old limestone quarry, but what they were doing as they were excavating was revealing beds of ammonites, essentially. And it's supposedly the finest display of all these ammonites in the right order over a period of years that you can find anywhere in the world. Well, the only other place is off the cliff at West Bay, because it's the same bed, but you have to sort of go like that if you wanted to see them down there. So a visible display is like that. So we are talking about a time here when where you are standing now was the sea. So it wasn't land. So anywhere where you are in Chiddock and all those sorts of places, that was all a shallow sea.
Right.
And so what we have over here in terms of the fossil record isn't dinosaurs, the sort of Jurassic Park people right? Because they didn't swim in the sea really. The people who swam in the sea were the plesiosaurs and the ichthyosaurs and these little ammonites. So the ammonites, I say little ammonites, blooming great ammonites. These creatures swam around in the sea, and when they died, they sank to the bottom and they stuck on the bottom, and they're inside, and you can see what they really look like over here. Can you see? That's the pretend version of what it looks like. It's a bit like a squid, isn't it, or a nautilus or something like that.
Yep.
But these soft, fleshy bits all disappeared millions of years ago, and all that was left was the hard shell, and that's what you get when you've got a fossil.
Oh, I see.
Right, so that's the shell of these things. You can see all sorts of them from all different, I mean, there's a million years apart, some of these. They sank to the bottom, just sat in the silt, and over the time just fossilised completely. So if you think that you've come uphill slightly from Chiddock this morning, so we're about 200 feet above sea level here. So you can imagine that if this were shallow sea then, so we're talking about pools maybe, what, 2 foot deep, something like that, and these were all swimming around in. The further you go down towards the coast, the deeper the water is, and that's where the plesiosaurs and the ichthyosaurs were that Mary Anning found, because that's deeper water at that point.
Oh, really?
You've done Mary Anning as well?
Oh, yeah, she's loads about that.
Oh, yeah, I've seen the Mary Anning one. Right. Because I sometimes go into the schools and tell them about Mary Anning and Troy and things like that. I don't know what this film's going to be like when it comes out, but that's a different story. So she was looking in cliffs where you're more likely to find the bigger fish. But the higher up the cliffs you go, the more likely you are to find the ammonites. So we're, 6 miles inland? In shallow water, so all the things you can see in the quarry, and these are the best ones that are out there, the ammonites. But where I've just shown these visitors to this morning, there's a bit that's slightly excavated below the actual quarry floor that's been dug out. And you're walking like that, and basically you're treading on ammonites as you go. They're all exposed at that level. They haven't been worn down or anything, so we keep it reasonably protected.
Right.
If it gets worn down, we'll put another little hole out of it and you'll be able to see them again. So I mean, it's an absolute treasure trove for geeks like these things, who can name all the individual ones.
Right.
Yeah, so there's lots on over there, all different shapes and sizes. And if you're interested in Buffonian, Bajocian and Arlenian and all those sorts of things, you may take that away with you.
Right, it's fascinating, isn't it?
So we can't claim that Bedminster was around then,
No.
but the sea was. The sea.
Okay.